Ji, Assalamu alaikum students. How are you? During this meeting, I'm going to discuss chapter number 5, which is about the business strategy. So the purpose of this chapter is to give an overview of the business, different various kind of a business level strategies that a company can use to compete effectively in a business and industry. And this chapter argues that basic of all business model is the choice of the business level strategy that work together to provide a comparative advantage to the company or at the basic level, a company can adopt two strategy. One, it's to lower its cost, and second, to pursue the differentiation. Although in actual scenario, the company pursue both strategy that will eventually emerge uh, at some combination for that particular company. And if the company is able to pursue both kind of a strategy, then the company can come at the top. And that lead to the concept of the value innovation. And value innovation implies greater efficiency and greater value through superior differentiation and lower cost. And innovator can push the frontier curve in the industry. We will discuss this value innovation in this chapter as well. Then the important concept is the regarding the strategy is market segmentation. Company segment or the groups customer based on important differences to get a comparative advantage. Market segmentation directly impacts a company, a business level strategy, and this chapter focuses four generic business level strategies: broad, low cost, focus, low cost, broad differentiation, and focus differentiation. So every company must adopt the strategy most suited to its achieve a comparative advantage in the market. However, for comparative advantage, implementing the business level strategy is important as identifying it. So there must be alignment between a business level strategy, functional level strategy, and the organization, the enterprise, for the successful implementation of the business level strategies. So most successful companies build their comparative advantage by redefining their product offering, creating value innovation, and positioning a new market space. And this process of finding a new market where the company can innovate and pave its own way to search for the blue ocean. So we will discuss also the blue ocean strategy. And finally, the chapter ends with a good example of a company that successfully implement a business level strategy. So let me share a slides of chapter number 5 with you. Okay. So chapter number 5 is about the business level strategy. These are the learning objectives. That what is the difference between low cost and differentiation strategy? How can articulate how the attainment of a differentiated or low cost position can give a company a comparative advantage, and explain how company executes its business level strategy through functional level strategies and organizational arrangements. What is meant by the value innovation, and then discuss the concept of the blue ocean strategy. Okay, let's talk about the business level strategy. So this chapter looks at the formulation of the business level strategy. And when we talk about the business level strategy, it refers to the overarching comparative theme of a company in a given market. At its most basic level, business level strategy is going to answer a few questions. Whom a company decide to serve? That means which customer segments, what customer needs and desire the company is trying to satisfy, and how the company decide to satisfy those needs and desire. So main thing is that first is how the to whom they are serving, what are the customer segments, what needs and desire have been served, their needs and desire of the customer, and how the company desire to satisfy those needs and desire. So it's a very much relevant with the definition of the mission statement, which we have discussed in the first chapter. But you know that the business, when we're talking about the business level strategy, so the business deal with the one product or a service or a group of the product, a similar kind of the product which the company is producing. For example, for a newspaper, that's a newspaper is a one business. But if that newspaper in a multiple kind of a business is, let's say, in the video channel as well, they have their channel and they have their newspaper. So these are two products for them. So when we talk about the business level strategy, we are talking about a product or a group of a product or a service or a group of a service which is kind of a similar in that industry, produced by a company. Like for a Coke, the Coke is the carbonated drink produced by the Coke is a one business. The water is another business, which is a substitute product, and but Lay's chips is another business for the Coke company. So that basically business level strategy is manager must decide that how what business level strategy to pursue and how they go about executing their strategy to achieve the comparative advantage in that particular market. And there are two basic ways to achieve that comparative advantage in the industry. And the chapter look into these two basic way. One is basically lowering cost of your product or service, and second by differentiating their good or service from the offers rivaled by the offered by the rivals. So through either through low cost or through differentiation, they can create value. And once they create value, that can create a comparative advantage over their competing firms. Okay, next, different positioning strategy that can be used in different industry settings. Even if the company can have a different kind of the product, company can have a different kind of a business. Like you look into that different kind of a brands, Procter and Gamble, Lever Brother. So they can have a different kind of the product. So they are pursuing a different kind of a strategy for different kind of a product in a different industry. So in this chapter, we are looking into that thing that what are the low cost strategies, what are the differentiation strategy, and then we can consider the issue of the customer choice and the market segmentations. And then discuss the various business level strategy that can enterprise adopt and what must be done to successfully implement those strategies. And so this is how we go about in this chapter. So let's talk about the different kind of a business level strategies. Okay. There are two main types of a business level strategy. One is the low cost and second is the differentiation. So basically strategy is about searching for a comparative advantage. So at the most level, fundamental level, a company has a comparative advantage if it can lower its cost relative to its rival, and it can differentiate its product offering from those of rival, thereby creating more value. So by lowering cost, in let's say if we talk about the commodity markets, the comparative advantage goes to the company that has the lower cost, and low cost will enable a company to make a profit at a price point where its rivals are losing money. And the low cost can also allow a company to undercut rivals on price, gain market share, and maintain or increase profitability. Being the low cost player in an industry, that can be very advantageous position. Although lowering costs below those of rivals is a particularly powerful strategy in a pure commodity market, it can also have a greater utility in other industries. For example, in our case, you can look into that utility stores. Utility store has a low cost strategy. They are providing the commodities at the lower price. So that is why the people go there for buying sugar. Sugar is in the commodity market, and they are getting a low price of sugar at utility store. So that is why they Sometimes some people go there, but sometimes some people in the even in the sugar, some people trying to differentiate the sugar. Let's say we have a more refined sugar or brown sugar, and then they put it under the different kind of a brands, and then the people go to the different kind of a store for buying that sugar. Even you look into that like retail shops like Carrefour or Metro, they're also following a lower cost strategy for some products, for some commodity products. So that's enabled the company to gain a comparative advantage in the commodity markets. And if you are offering the product which your customer, which your rivals are not offering, which your rivals are not able to offer the product at that price, so that is the advantage for the company. So it will help the company to gain the market share, and it maintain or increase the profitability of the company as well. Okay. Second is differentiation, and differentiation implies distinguishing oneself from rivals by offering something that they find hard to match. And product can be differentiated by superior reliability, functions, features, better design, branding, point of sale service, after sale service, and support. What could be the example of differentiation? Apple iPhones. Apple iPhones basically differentiate their product from their competitor by some superior product features and some superior reliability of the product, and also the brand loyalty. And that brand loyalty developed due to the better product features of the iPhones. That could be one example. Um, and there are many other examples of differentiation, like in case of Porsche, the car. How do they differentiate their car from their rival's car? By having a superior car performance and the functions and the feature, where their rivals are not able to provide at this price level. And there are some broad differentiation. For example, the Toyota has a different kind of a products, a different kind of a cars in for the different kind of industry. And you look into the Honda also pursue the differentiation strategy. Even Tesla, the electric cars, they have a specialized specialized electric cars which cater to the specific kind of a customer needs. What are the advantages of pursuing the differentiation for the company? First, it can allow the company to charge a premium price for its goods or services. So that is why it should choose to do so. And it helps the company to grow overall demand and capture market share from its rival. So it is important to note that differentiation often, but not always, raise the cost structure of the firm. On the other hand, in sometimes successful differentiation, because it increases primary demand so much, can actually lower the cost. For example, in case of Apple, the value assigned to the Apple product is high, and due to the high sales of an Apple, the cost of the production spread over the number of the items. And when it spread over the number of the items, the overall cost reduced for one particular item. So that helps the Apple to lower the cost and increase the price because the value assigned to the Apple product is high. Okay. So आपको मैं ये इसको और आसान अल्फाज में अगर समझना चाहें इसको, तो हम इस तरह समझ सकते हैं कि डिफरेंशिएशन का ये एक यूनिक एडवांटेज तब मिल सकता है जब अगर आपकी प्रोडक्ट की डिमांड हाई हो और वैल्यू भी हाई हो, और आपकी सेल ज़्यादा होने की वजह से उसकी कॉस्ट जो है, ओवरऑल कॉस्ट जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाए. ठीक है, तो इससे आपको डिफरेंशिएशन जो है वो आपको लोअर कॉस्ट के ऊपर डिफरेंशिएशन क्रिएट करते हैं और कंपनी हाई प्रॉफिट जो है वो गेन कर सकती है. Okay, option for exploiting differentiation. You can look into these options. Option number 1, successful differentiation increases prices more than cost, higher profitability and profit growth. That's the one option कि आप prices बढ़ा दें अपनी cost से और आपकी profitability और growth high हो जाएगी. And second option is moderate or no price increase. that increases the demand, people will buy more product, and that will economies of scale achieve हो जाए और lower cost हो जाए और उससे higher profitability और higher growth की तरफ कंपनी चली जाए. तो इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल का कॉन्सेप्ट मैंने पहले भी आपको ये समझाया था और अभी यही है. मतलब आप सिंपल से एग्जांपल है, अगर हॉस्टल में दो बच्चे रूम में हैं और वो टीवी खरीदना चाहते हैं और टीवी कॉस्ट लेट से 50,000 है, तो 25,000 दोनों के शेयर में आएगा. लेकिन अगर 4 स्टूडेंट आ जाते हैं उसी कमरे में, तो फिर हर एक के हिस्से में 12,500. तो इसी तरह जैसे जैसे प्रोडक्ट की सेल बढ़ती है, इस तरह इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल जो है कंपनीज जो हैं वो अचीव करती हैं, जैसे उनकी ओवरऑल कॉस्ट पर प्रोडक्ट जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाती है. ओके. अच्छा, ये अभी जो आपको ये मैंने रिलेशनशिप बताया, डिफरेंशिएशन एक स्ट्रैटेजी होती है और एक लो कॉस्ट स्ट्रैटेजी होती है. तो ये कितना रिलेशनशिप बिजनेस लेवल स्ट्रैटेजी के हवाले से इतना सिंपल नहीं है. इट हैज सर्टेन डीपर डायमेंशन एज वेल, where the differentiation and the low cost is company that pursuing a certain kind of it's a kind of a trade off between differentiation and the low cost. तो इस डिफरेंशिएशन और लो कॉस्ट के ट्रेड ऑफ को समझने के लिए, कि आपस के रिलेशनशिप को समझने के लिए आपको एफिशिएंसी फ्रंटियर कर्व को मैं डिस्कस करता हूं, ताकि इससे आपको समझ में आएगा कि डिफरेंशिएशन और लो कॉस्ट का आपस में क्या रिलेशनशिप है. ओके. So far we have discussed that a low cost position and differentiation positions are two very different ways of gaining a competitive advantage. The enterprise that is striving for the lower costs does everything it can to be productive and drive down its cost structure, whereas the enterprise striving for the differentiation necessarily has to bear higher cost to achieve that differentiation. However, presenting the choice between differentiation and the low cost in these terms is something of simplification. And the successful differentiator might be able to subsequently reduce cost if differentiation lead to significant demand growth and the attainment of the scale economies. And the relationship between low cost and the differentiation is subtler than this is. In reality, strategy is not so much about making discrete choices as it is about what the right balance is. So between differentiation and the low cost. So the companies are creating a balance between the differentiation and the low cost. It is not that either they are following a differentiation or the low cost, but it is a certain kind of a combination. It's certain kind of a balance between differentiation and the low cost. So that's a convex curve which has been shown in the figure 0.52, illustrate what is known as the efficiency frontier, and also known as in economics as a production possibility frontier. And the efficiency frontier shows all the position company can adopt with regard to differentiation and low cost. It has a convex shape because of diminishing returns, and so efficiency frontier shows all different kind of a position that company can adopt with regard to differentiation and the low cost, assuming that its internal function and organizational arrangements are configured efficiently to support a particular position. So let's see the efficiency curve. Multiple positions on the differentiation low cost continuum are viable, and it has to have enough demand to support an offering. If the company position itself on the efficiency curve at a certain point, the demand must be there where the company can offer that combination of differentiation and the low cost. So let's see. Okay, so that's the differentiation low cost trade-off. There are different companies at the frontier, which is Nordstrom, the Gap, Walmart, all are American companies. So you can look into that thing. It has a convex shape. So different companies on x-axis it's a low cost, and on the y-axis it's a value through differentiation. So if the Nordstrom, if the company is on the edge of the this efficiency curve, efficiency frontier, that means the company has an optimal combination of a differentiation and the low cost. For example, the Walmart is pursuing a low cost strategy, but it has a differentiation as well. Walmart, if you look into, have an idea of a Walmart, you can look into the Carrefour. Carrefour has a low cost strategy, but it has a differentiation of the product as well. But it has a certain kind of a right combination. That is why we put the Walmart at the frontier of the efficiency curve. Because if the Walmart move from one other place, if they want to increase the differentiation, and so that basically increasing the differentiation will increase the cost, because cost is lowering on that side. So if the Walmart want to decrease the cost, so that will basically trade off with the differentiation. They are going to decrease the differentiation. Same for the Nordstrom. Nordstrom is a specialty stores, high-end stores. If they want to increase the differentiation, that will lead to increase of the cost. And if they want to decrease the cost, so that will lead to the decrease of differentiation. This is a kind of a optimal combination for the Walmart and for the Nordstrom. Okay. So the essential point here is that there are multiple positions on the differentiation low cost continuum that are viable in a sense that they have enough demand to support an offering. And the task for the manager is to identify the position in the industry that is viable, and then configure the functions and the organizational arrangement of the enterprise so that they are run as efficiently and effectively as possible, and enable the firm to reach that particular frontier. To successfully implement a business level strategy and get to the efficiency frontier curve, a company must pursue the right functional strategies and be appropriately organized to implement those business level strategies. Business level strategies, functional level strategies, and organizational arrangement must be aligned with each other to achieve the organizational objectives in that regard and the business level strategy in that regard. For example, in case of Kmart, the combination of functional strategies and the business level strategy and the organizational arrangement is not at the optimal level. So that is why the Kmart has not reached at the edge of the efficiency frontier. So that is why Kmart is under that curve. And similarly with the other brand, Edibuer is not reaching at the edge of the efficiency frontier because it does not have an optimal combination of differentiation and the low cost. And the possible reason is that there is a misalignment between functional level strategy, business level strategy, and the organizational arrangement. So ये एक आप ये समझें कि efficiency frontier आपको ये बता रहा है कौन से market leader हैं उन कॉम्बिनेशन में वॉलमार्ट है, जिस तरह गैप है, नॉर्डस्ट्रम है. आप अपने केस में देख लें, जिस तरह अगर कारफोर है, कारफोर की एक अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी है, दे आर आल्सो ड्राइविंग प्रॉफिट. मेट्रो की अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी है, एज करीम बख्श है, उनकी अपनी एक स्ट्रैटेजी है. फिर अभी जिस तरह इम्तियाज या एक शॉपिंग मॉल्स हैं, उनकी एक अपनी स्ट्रैटेजी है. लेकिन अगर ये स्ट्रैटेजी एक ऑप्टिमल कॉम्बिनेशन होगा डिफरेंशिएशन और लो कॉस्ट का, तो ये इनके लिए प्रॉफिट जो है जनरेट करेंगे. और उसके लिए ज़रूरी है कि इनकी बिजनेस लेवल स्ट्रैटेजी और फंक्शनल लेवल स्ट्रैटेजी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल अरेंजमेंट के अंदर अलाइनमेंट हो, तभी वो एक मार्केट लीडर की तरफ मूव कर सकते हैं या मार्केट लीडर की पोजीशन को वो एक्वायर कर सकते हैं. और समटाइम्स सम पीपल in the way they are moving toward that target by implementing those kind of business level strategy. आप देख सकते हैं कुछ कंपनीज करती हैं इसको इम्प्लीमेंट इस हवाले से. जिस तरह टेली कम्युनिकेशन कंपनीज के मोबाइल टेक्नोलॉजी की कंपनीज जो हैं, ये जो सर्विस प्रोवाइडर्स हैं, अब जोंग को देखें कैसे वो अपनी मार्केट पोजीशनिंग जो है वो एक्वायर कर रहा है दूसरी कंपनीज के हवाले से. और इसके अंदर वो लो कॉस्ट भी का एक लो कॉस्ट और डिफरेंशिएशन कॉम्बिनेशन है जो कि स्ट्रैटेजीज को कर रही हैं. तो इस हवाले से ये एफिशिएंसी फ्रंटियर कर्व की डेफिनेशन यहाँ की गई है. एफिशिएंसी फ्रंटियर कर्व को एक्सप्लेन किया गया है. So differentiation, low cost trade-off to get the efficiency frontier. A company must pursue the right kind of functional level strategy and be properly organized and ensure that its functional level strategy, business level strategies, and organizational arrangements are aligned with each other. Okay, Ji. So in the next video, I will going to discuss about the value innovation and the market segmentation. Okay.